And we want to get right to that breaking news that we are following this morning. We know that 2 officers are in the hospital and a suspect is dead after an overnight shooting on the east side. We are live at the scene this morning. As we shared, we do have team coverage to get you updated on what happened while you slept. But we're glad you're up with us this morning. We're going to get back to our reporters there in just a bit. But in the meantime, we want to get you caught up on what you're stepping out to weather-wise.
Yeah, if you enjoyed that cool weather that we had yesterday, maybe you're able to open your windows, kind of air out the place. Maybe a repeat today, but then we're kind of running out of our luck as we head into the weekend.
Yeah, it's not often in July that you get to open the windows.
Yeah.
Because some days are cooler, but they're still humid.
Right.
We don't have any humidity and no heat anymore.
I'll enjoy it while it lasts.
Yes. Your AC may be getting a quick break. Your AC may be happy. And you're probably happy as you are stepping out the door. I may suggest, though, think about it. If you want to wear a light jacket, maybe your favorite sports hoodie or something like that, a quarter zip, you can. No one's going to make fun of you because we have some 40s out there this morning, depending on where you are. In Indianapolis, we're on this urban heat island in the summer. We get a little bit hotter than everyone else. We're still in the upper 50s. But that's kind of the max across central Indiana. A lot of us are cooler than that. There's really not a lot of wind out there. The air is very still. It feels like we're just starting fall for a second. On the calendar, this would be a morning that we would typically get in late September. We're down to 47 right now in around Grant County. It's 48 in Galveston, 51 up and down, 31 there in Kokomo, 52 in Muncie. Good morning in Richmond is 52. We got a 57 in Greenfield, not a bad start. In Carmel, we're at 50. We've been teetering between 49 and 50 in Carmel. It's been kind of fun to watch across Hamilton County as it gets chilly. 54 in Bloomington, 55 in Bedford, and there's no humidity out there whatsoever. Air quality, we're great. Good reports all across the state. The sky looked extra blue yesterday, and it may even look bluer today. Enjoy a stunning Thursday as we climb well into the 70s. But coming up, we won't stay dry and cool forever. Eventually, more unsettled weather and more heat will try to make its way towards Indiana. We'll have the outlook for you when we would come back. But I do want to show you traffic this morning. I don't have anything major, but a couple things to know. On I-70 in the eastbound direction, there was an accident at the Mount Comfort exit, but it's really at the exit ramp, so traffic's still flowing okay. But as you're passing Mount Comfort, getting outside the city, headed out towards Greenfield, you may see that as crews are responding to that crash. But some good news. How about some good news in traffic? On the south side, Keystone Avenue. It's been all torn up, right, all summer? Scheduled to reopen, so it really depends on how crews can wrap things up today, but it's scheduled to reopen. The I-65 South and the I-65 North, both those exit ramps to get off the interstate and onto Keystone, may open tonight.
Thank you, Matt. And now we want to keep you updated on the breaking news. We've been following 2 IMPD officers in the hospital receiving treatment after being shot during what police call a critical incident on the east side.
So we're still learning more information by the hour, but we know those officers are stable at Eskenazi Hospital. The suspect who was also shot there, we're learning more information as it go on. So we first want to show you where this happened, give you this map, an idea of where the distance is between the scenes we're monitoring. The shooting happened on East 37th Street. That's near the intersection of 38th and Franklin. The injured officers are being treated at Eskenazi Hospital.
And we've got all the information this morning on all fronts. Marina Silva is at that hospital there and has the latest update on those officers.
We're going to start with Anna Chalker, though, who is there live at the scene of the shooting, giving us some updates. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, ladies. Not a lot of new information out here at this scene, as we've been out here for close to 7 hours at this point, and it is still closed off here. But I will tell you, they have started to clear this scene a little bit. I'll tell you, some of these officers moved the tape. You may be able to see a little farther back, so people in this neighborhood can get out now. But they are still focused down the way of Tiffany Drive, where it turns into 37th Street. Looking at a home, I'll tell you, for the last few minutes, they've really been focusing on a garage door. There's a car parked in front of it where they've been able to look under that. We can't really see what they're looking at with how far away they are. but that's been their main focus the entire morning over there. But I do want to show you some video from when our crews got here hours ago when this scene first happened, where you can just see the dozens of cars, not just from IMPD, from state police and other local agencies helping out with this investigation. And IMPD tells us they were first called around 10:30 last night for a disturbance involving multiple people and a man in that crowd who had a gun. And when officers got on scene, they say that man started shooting at them and hit 2 officers, and 3 officers fired back, hitting the suspect. So those 3 were taken to the hospital. The 2 officers are listed in stable condition, and the suspect was critical, but then later died. And here's IMPD Chief Tanya Terry about another attack that happened on their officers here in the city.
We have been here too many times this year already, with our officers being victimized and met with violence when they're simply trying to keep our community safe. We need the community to stand up alongside us to make sure that we don't let this become normal in our community.
During their investigation, police did find a gun here at this scene, and there are still a lot of unanswered questions hours into this morning, like what led up to that disturbance? How many people were here? How did that person who had the gun know the people that were here? We are asking police what that looks like in the investigation so far this morning. But again, it is still blocked off just a little bit around 38th and Franklin. But if you have to get through this area, it is starting to open back up. But we are going to stay out here until these officers clear this scene, see what it's looking like in this neighborhood. But again, a long morning ahead as they continue their investigation to figure out what led up to those 2 officers being shot.
All right, Anna, thank you. And those officers that were shot, we know have been treated at Eskenazi Hospital.
That's where our Marina Silva there is stationed. IMPD leadership just spoke a little while ago about how they're doing. What can you tell us?
Well, good morning. And like Anna said, a long morning over at the scene and another long morning here at Eskenazi Hospital where these officers are. And of course, a long night as these 2 officers are recovering here at the hospital. We did hear from IMPD about 1:30 this morning on the condition of the officers. We are told they are okay considering the circumstances. Now, IMPD says one of the officers was transported by police car here by fellow officers and another officer was brought by ambulance. Both Chief Terry and FOP leader Rick Snyder telling us how important it is that initial aid rendered by fellow officers at the scene that really made a difference. Snyder called those responding officers heroes for immediately jumping in to help one of their own.
Thank you for all those folks who have worked so many years to help provide that life-saving equipment for our officers in the field, and those trauma kits that every officer has. And once again, all those folks who have helped make those kits happen, they help play a role in saving lives here of our officers tonight. So we're grateful, we're thankful.
And Chief Tanya Terry told us she was able to speak to both officers, again saying they are okay considering the circumstances. Their family and friends are here with them, and Metro Police are asking the community to pray for their recovery. Now, Rick Snyder also mentioned it's been just over 5 months since Beech Grove officer was shot and killed in the line of duty in Marion County. So it's a very somber reminder for law enforcement here in the county, and IMPD says they are thankful this did not end any worse than it did. So of course, more information coming in today, and we're going to continue getting those updates, so we'll bring those to you as we get it. Ladies?
Yeah, still hoping for the best there in their recovery, even though we know they're going to be okay. Thank you, Marina. As she mentioned there, a lot of the officers use quick use of tourniquets, playing a major role in the fact that those officers' lives were saved.
And now an Indianapolis nurse and a mother of an IMPD officer is teaming up with the department. Chris Hess presented IMPD officers with 400 of those tourniquets at Eskenazi Hospital just yesterday. Now, this is her 2nd year, she says, donating this equipment.
We see why it's so important. IMPD tells us that these resources are so important for officers because they are often the first people to respond to an incident, and we see there as they had to use that on one of their own. It's a developing story this morning, and we're continuing to keep our web story updated, and we'll check in with Anna and Marina with more information as the hour continues.
Well, there is new leadership this morning for the Indianapolis Public Education Corporation. After several interviews, the department found their candidate. We'll tell you what separated him from the rest.